following exercises plot the complex numbers on the complex plane. Okay, so we have two examples here. We just have an I value, and then we have -3 minus 4i. Okay, so what I want to do for this one is I actually want to start with this one first, because the concept would be easier to get for this one, and then we go back to this simple little I guy. All right, now remember, on a regular plane, the horizontal is always the x-axis, and the vertical is always the y-axis, right? So usually a plot, would always be x comma y. However, these complex numbers are standard, in which the real value always comes first, or maybe I'll plug it in for there, and the imaginary number, the one that has the I in front, is always last. So, if my real number comes first in my complex number all the time, and my imaginary number comes behind all the time in a complex number, it looks like the x-axis or the x values are always the real ones, and the y-axis are always your imaginaries, right? If I just labeled this as R and I, it would basically be the same thing as saying R comma I, right? X comma Y, R comma I. So I know now that the x-axis is where all the real numbers are, and the y-axis is all the imaginary numbers. So now we just have to figure out the numbers. So in -3 minus 4i, can you tell me what the real value is in this complex number? The real one is the front one, and it's a 3 totally. Negative or positive? It's a -3. So I know that my real point is a -3. And then what about that imaginary? The one that has the I attached to it? Well, it's definitely a 4 because the 4 is matched with the I. But is it a positive or a -4? It's a -4. The negative or the minus sign tells you something. And there's my plot. I need to go on the x-axis 3 and the y-axis -4. So here we go. I'm going 1, 2, 3 on the real. And then I got to go down 4 because it's a -4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And where they meet, which is right here. And this would be the complex number, -3 minus 4i. And that's it. Now let's take the same idea, but just use it for I. We already know now that the x-axis is the real, and the y-axis is the imaginary axis. And in complex numbers, remember, the real number always comes first and then the imaginary. So if I just look at this and it just tells me I, what was the real number? There was none, right? Literally, there's nothing before the I value. So if there's nothing there, the number is a 0. So we have a real number of 0. And now what's the imaginary? How many I's do you see? I just see the letter I. How many I's do you see? Just one, right? Technically, there's a secret 1 in front. 1 times I would just be the same thing as saying I. And is that 1 a positive or a negative? It's a positive, right? So my imaginary number is just a 1. And there are my points. My real axis, there's a 0, so I don't go anywhere. And then I just got to go up to 1 on the I. So I have to start here because my real is 0. I'm not going anywhere this way or anywhere this way. And then I just go up 1. Boop. There you go. And this would just be the point for I. That's it. Guys, what do you think? Let me know in the comments what you think about this. And, Let me know how your journey in math is, whether you're in pre-calc or geometry or algebra. Let me know. I love to hear from you guys. And if you want to help us out, hit that subscribe button or smash the subscribe button or, daintily press the subscribe button. Whichever one you prefer is fine with me. And if you don't click the subscribe button, that's fine too. I will see you guys all in the next lesson, and maybe I'll get that subscribe button then. Anyway, though, you guys are awesome. See you guys all in the next lesson. Bye-bye.